Today's news highlights 20250723. Date July 23, 2025. Republic of China July 23, 114. Time cutoff, 1500 hours on the same day. News focus Japanese funny actress Shiko was shocked to find out that her nose had become bigger by her seniors, and after examination, she was found to have a pituitary tumor, which caused acromegaly. She has had symptoms such as narrowing of vision, swelling of her hands and feet, and tightening of her shoes. Doctors pointed out that this disease can lead to excess growth hormone, increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancer, and the appearance changes are not easy to detect, with an average delay of 7 years in diagnosis. After the surgery, Shiko's symptoms improved significantly, and the public was called on to be vigilant and seek medical attention as soon as possible. News focus emotional instability, restlessness, fatigue, or difficulty concentrating may not only be caused by stress, but may also be related to iron deficiency. Iron deficiency anemia can cause palpitations, anxiety, and affect the synthesis of neurotransmitters and stress hormones, leading to depression, insomnia, and decreased coherence. Women and patients with gastrointestinal surgery are high-risk groups and should supplement iron through diet and take iron supplements if necessary. Avoid interfering with absorption of tea, coffee, and dairy products. Consuming more omega-3 nutrients such as deep-sea fish and nuts can help stabilize mood and maintain mental health. News focus tropical depression TD10 located in the east of the Philippines is expected to develop into Typhoon No. 7 Van Sigao within 24 hours, and will approach between Taiwan and Ryukyu, passing through the Northeast Sea of Taiwan on Friday, 7/25, and the intensity is tentatively estimated to be a mild typhoon. In addition, the remnant cloud system of Typhoon Vipa is likely to produce a large cyclone, accompanied by TD10 and southwesterly winds, bringing rain to the central and southern parts. The meteorological department reminds that the weather is unstable this week, so please bring rain gear and pay attention to the latest forecast. News focus the second Mercury retrograde in 2025 will last until August 11, and Mercury will retrograde in Leo, which will bring communication and technological interference, but some zodiac signs can usher in unexpected wealth. Libra may receive late bonuses or accounts, Pisces may receive grants and points back, and Taurus will receive expired and unexpired refunds. In terms of zodiac signs, the rabbit is easy to be repaid by the old account from afar. The snake has partial fortune such as winning a surprise, and the horse may get back the missed subsidies and bonuses. It is recommended to take the initiative to check the accounting information and seize this wave of good luck. News focus the doctor reminds that high triglycerides are not only found in fat people, hyperlipidemia may be caused by loss of control of diet, and the following 3 types of foods should be avoided in excess. 1. 3 white foods, rice, white noodles, bread, are high GI starch, which is easy to raise blood sugar and blood lipids. 2. Alcohol, containing 7 calories per gram, excessive drinking is equivalent to fat intake, which will increase triglycerides and uric acid. 3. Fruits such as watermelon, cantaloupe, peaches, etc. contain high fructose, and excessive intake can also lead to dyslipidemia. Controlling intake is key to preventing hyperlipidemia. News focus the liver is a silent organ, and daily diet and habits can quietly damage the liver. Wang Miao, a traditional Chinese medicine expert, reminded that there are 4 things to do to protect the liver: maintain a good mood, maintain good sleep, contact more green plants, and ensure smooth bowel movements. At the same time, avoid 4 types of liver-damaging behaviors. Drinking tea after meals can easily cause constipation, using nail polish may cause cross-infection, drinking alcohol increases the metabolic burden, and long-term medication should be checked regularly for liver function. Liver nourishment starts from the small things in life, helps promote metabolism and detoxification, and protects health. News focus coffee grounds are widely used, but improper disposal can affect the environment and even be fined. The Taipei Municipal Environmental Protection Bureau pointed out that coffee grounds are compostable food waste and cannot be discarded as general garbage, and violators can be fined up to 6,000 yuan. Before recycling, the water should be drained, and the filter bag, cotton thread, and other packaging should be removed. If you want to use it as fertilizer, you need to ferment it completely for about 3 months, otherwise it may burn the roots and cause the plant to die. For those who do not have cats or dogs or do not need to deodorize, it is recommended to put coffee grounds into the compost kitchen waste bin to ensure correct classification and environmental protection. News focus the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Taiwan Conflict Deterrence Act without objection on July 21, which would expose the CCP's high-level assets in the United States and restrict its financial transactions if the CCP uses force against Taiwan. The bill focuses on Politburo Standing Committee members and Taiwan-related officials, authorizes the Ministry of Finance to disclose asset details within 90 days, and prohibits financial institutions from having dealings with their immediate family members. The move aims to deter aggression against Taiwan and emphasize peace and democratic values. According to U.S. intelligence, the CCP's top officials, including the ex-Xi Jinping family, are suspected of hiding huge overseas assets. The bill still needs to be passed by the Senate and signed by the President before it can officially take effect. News focus. In order to prevent gangs from intervening in this Saturday's recall vote, the National Police Department and the Supreme People's Prosecutor's Office launched a nationwide synchronous anti-gang project from the 7th to the 18th, mobilizing 9,173 police officers, arresting 177 gangs and 1,053 suspects, and seizing about $62.94 million in illegal funds, including real estate and virtual currency. The project also investigated the suspected illegal case of Wang Qiang, president of the Friends of Onal Association and member of the Bamboo Union Gang. The Criminal Bureau emphasized that it will severely crack down on gang crimes, ensure voting safety and social security, continue to eradicate grass and roots, and ensure a democratic and safe life. News focus. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration announced on July 22 that it would withdraw from UNESCO again on the grounds that the agency's promotion of woke movements and divisive issues was contrary to U.S. public opinion and national interests. The State Department noted that UNESCO supports globalist and anti-Israel positions and criticizes its admission of Palestine as a member state. According to the Articles of Association, the withdrawal of the U.S. will officially take effect at the end of 2026. This is the second time Trump has announced his withdrawal from the organization and has simultaneously slashed foreign aid, emphasizing the principle of America First diplomacy. News focus. The impact of the new crown epidemic on the supply chain has prompted countries to accelerate the return of semiconductor manufacturing, but not all chip ecosystems can build high-end AI processors. 2N, CEO of British semiconductor company Graphcore, pointed out that advanced semiconductors are mostly produced in South Korea, Taiwan, and Japan, because of the local emphasis on high-quality manufacturing and supply chain division of labor. Although countries are actively building local chip capabilities, systematic cooperation is still needed. Abbey, Vice President of ARM, emphasized that the increasing importance of semiconductors and AI has driven the industry to rethink data control and infrastructure investment strategies. News focus. U.S. President Donald Trump announced on the 23rd that he had reached trade agreements with Japan, the Philippines, and Indonesia. Tariffs on Japan will be reduced to 15%, and Japan will invest $550 billion in the United States and open markets for automobiles and agricultural products. The Philippines was imposed a 19% tariff, while the Philippines implemented zero tariffs on the United States and opened its markets. Indonesia was also subject to a 19% tariff, which had zero tariffs on the United States, eliminated 99% of trade barriers, and signed tens of billions of dollars in contracts to buy American products. Trump emphasized that the agreement will create a large number of jobs and deepen bilateral cooperation. News focus. Staging *KY 4157 was notified by TPX to change its trading method from July 24 until the completion of the by-election because it did not meet the household registration requirements of independent directors of the first TPX company during the re-election, becoming the first company to be included in full delivery shares due to inconsistent independent director household registration. The company said that the change was not due to financial or operational problems, but due to negligence in the re-election process, and has proposed an improvement plan to by-elect an independent director with Taiwan household registration, and actively negotiate to comply with regulations and protect the rights and interests of investors. News focus. The American Institute in Taiwan, 8, announced that Taiwan and the United States will cooperate to develop a spaceport, and it is expected that the travel time from Taipei to Houston will be shortened to 2.5 hours, driving trillions of yuan in space business opportunities. Taiwan's key space component manufacturers Huitong, Yuanjing, Shixing and Yaodong will benefit, with advantages in the fields of high-density connection boards, solar modules, aerospace industrial computers and satellite software and hardware integration. The initial cooperation is mainly unmanned cargo, and manned flights may be expanded in the future. Taiwanese industry players have a number of international space application achievements and are expected to seize market opportunities. News focus. The 41-year-old Admiralty TV Emperor Chen Bolan and his girlfriend Ting Xian have been in a stable relationship for 13 years, and it was recently rumored that a wedding will be held in New Zealand at the end of the year. A few days ago, he attended an endorsement event and appeared with his dog Afuri, attracting everyone's attention. After the event, he carried Blackpink Jennie's endorsement Chanel bag, handheld donuts, and PR products home. Afuri was then taken to Chen Bolan's company by the staff, liberated and walked along the way, and his well-behaved appearance became the focus. News focus. The Meteorological Administration pointed out that the tropical depression located in the east of the Philippines is expected to intensify into Typhoon Vansago No. 7 on the 23rd, and will approach between Taiwan and Ryukyu, with the closest time to Taiwan from Thursday to Friday. Although the high intensity of Vance is only lightly sassy, its system is extensive, and the north and Yulan will be affected by the peripheral circulation, and the probability of rainfall is high. The Meteorological Department has issued a strong wind advisory and a long wave warning, reminding the public to guard against strong winds, heavy rain, and long coastal waves even if the typhoon does not make landfall, and pay close attention to the latest weather information. News focus. Singer Zhou Xing recently posted a fitness photo with the anchor's wife Zhao Daxin, joking that his wife only pushed 2 kilograms of heavy training, and laughed that he simply pushed the air, but unexpectedly made his wife unhappy and ignored him angrily. Brother Zhou Yushan even left a message saying soon burst mushroom to add to the fire, while Zhao Daxin choked how am I making progress, making netizens laugh at the funny interaction. Netizens also left messages saying that Zhou Zhengzhi has no desire to survive and fast peace, and the sweet bickering between husband and wife has sparked heated discussions. News Focus Xiao S suspended hosting the program Miss Buxidai due to the death of her eldest sister Da S, and Wu Shanru took over. Recently, it was revealed that Wu Zongxian angrily criticized Xiao S as a bad guy without a tutor, resulting in the breakdown of 27 years of friendship. After the news came out, Xiao S briefly responded no response. It is rumored that Xiao S is dissatisfied with the program's registration for the Golden Bell Award listing Wu Shanru as a CO host, and because of Wu Zongxian's recent live broadcast remarks, her relationship with Wu Shanru has been tense. In this regard, Wu Zongxian clarified that he was scolding Huang Zijiao, denied criticizing Xiao S, and emphasized the misunderstanding of the outside world. News Focus: a serious car accident occurred in Wanli District, New Taipei City this morning. A gravel truck was suspected of skidding and losing control, rushing through the double yellow line and crashing into the opposite Qiaoguang passenger transport, causing a male passenger in his 40s to lose his breathing and heartbeat, and another person was seriously injured and 13 people were slightly injured. The accident caused serious damage to the 2 vehicles, and the police and fire department dispatched 41 people to rescue them, and the injured have been sent to the hospital. The accident caused traffic interruptions, and the police closed the road at the scene and guided the traffic to divert the lane, and the detailed cause is still to be clarified. News Focus: American consumers have found that Costco's own brand Kirkland's milk is more durable than other brands and is not prone to spoilage even after a week of expiration. Media analysis pointed out that this is related to Costco's strict quality control, including surprise audits, 60 microbiological tests and high-standard water quality testing, which far exceed the requirements of US FDA regulations. These systems ensure consistent milk quality, extend shelf life, reduce food waste, and enhance consumer trust. News Focus: Xinger, known as the goddess of Taiwan's mountaineering, has been involved in controversy again, and after being prosecuted for an affair with a married wealthy businessman, she was recently accused of fraud by senior media person Sui Lanping. Sui Lanping failed to challenge Mount Everest and almost lost his life, and it was rumored that Xinger led the team, and it was suspected that legal action was initiated. Some netizens spoke out on behalf of the Facebook group, saying that Sui was defrauded for help, and although the post was deleted, the incident attracted attention. At present, Sui Lanping is looking for Xinger's address, and Xinger has not yet responded publicly. News Focus: the Central Meteorological Administration said on the 23rd that the tropical depression located in the southeastern sea of Taiwan has intensified into the number 7 mild typhoon Van Siegao and continues to move towards the southern sea of Ryukyu. Although the typhoon structure is incomplete and its development is limited, it remains to be seen whether a maritime warning will be issued, but on the 24th and 25th, the northern and northeastern regions will be affected by the peripheral circulation, and the rainfall will be obvious, so the public should be vigilant and pay attention to the latest meteorological information. News Focus: US President Trump announced on the 22nd that he had reached a major trade agreement with Japan. Japan will invest $550 billion in the United States and open the automobile and agricultural markets, and the United States will impose a 15% tariff, lower than the original plan of 25%. Trump also announced an agreement after talks with Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. that the Philippines will impose zero tariffs on American goods, while the United States will impose a 19% tariff on Philippine goods, and the two sides will also strengthen military cooperation. This move shows that the United States is deepening economic, trade and security relations with its Asian allies. News Focus: a major car accident occurred on the morning of the 23rd on Zongfu Road, Wanli District, New Taipei City, where a large truck full of steel bars was suspected of going downhill and lost control, crashing into the oncoming Qiaoguang passenger transport carrying 42 passengers, causing a 39-year-old man to die of serious injuries and 14 others to the hospital with minor and serious injuries. The driver was trapped in the front of the car for a while, and was rescued and sent to the hospital after more than 2 hours. When the accident occurred, most passengers woke up in their sleep, and the scene was thrilling. The detailed cause is still to be clarified by the police. News Focus: nutritionist Xue Xiaojing reminded that if homemade vegetable juice uses fruits and vegetables with high pesticide residues, such as spinach, strawberries, mustard greens, and celery, it is easy to ingest more pesticides due to the concentration effect, and it is recommended to avoid juicing. It is recommended to use low-risk fruits and vegetables such as carrots, tomatoes, bell peppers, guava and peeled pineapples, and leafy vegetables should be blanched or cooked before use. She emphasized that choosing the right source, retaining fiber, and avoiding concentrated pesticides can make fruit juices truly a healthy choice. News Focus: the Taiwan Steel Eagles returned to the court strongly after losing their wives, serving as the fourth batsman of the starting lineup yesterday and hitting a high-flying sacrifice hit to help the team score first, and finally Taiwan Steel defeated the Unification Lions 7-1. Before the game, the team arranged a signature wall and teammates tied black ribbons to greet him, and the fans replaced the electronic music with applause to cheer him on. After the game, the Magic Eagle choked up and thanked the support, saying that he would continue to move forward with faith. News Focus artist Zhang Ziking, girl, angrily denounced the divorce rumors, and for the accusation that she and her husband Wang Walai were in harmony with each other and had signed a divorce, she posted her ID card on social platforms and strongly refuted the video in the same frame with her husband, and asked, "Who is messing with us?" She said that the interaction was mostly said to be affectionate, and the less was said to be weak, and she criticized the whistleblower for calling herself a friend but spreading rumors and smearing, and angrily shouted, "Please have a kind of talk about who you are." News Focus Fubon cheerleading goddess Lee Joo-hoon was revealed to be in love with Korean professional star Park So-jong, and the intimate photo of the two in the picture suspected of using the man's childhood photos as the wallpaper of the mobile phone went viral on the internet, attracting the attention of Taiwan and South Korea. Although the two sides did not respond positively, they have quietly cancelled each other's tracking. Senior cheerleader Park Ki-lyong revealed in the show that the cheerleading industry is prohibited from falling in love with contestants by default, making this scandal even more topical. The Fubon team said it would not comment on the rumors. News Focus U.S. President Trump has a tense relationship with Federal Reserve Chairman Powell, and in addition to being dissatisfied with his interest rate policy, he has recently increased pressure on Powell due to the budget overrun for the renovation of the Fed's headquarters. Trump has repeatedly hinted at firing Bauer, but has not done so considering legal and market risks. Although Powell's term ends in 2026, Trump has begun the selection of a successor and is rumored to nominate a new chairman in the fall. The move is seen as an attempt to influence Fed decisions in advance and pave the way for policy dominance. News Focus Pegatron Chairman Tong Zixian strongly supported the removal of Fu Kunkai, breaking the news that the Hualien earthquake donations were misappropriated by the county government and donated after more than 70 million. He was persuaded not to donate to the county government, but he was intimidated by the county government to not accept it, and must be donated to the county government for unified distribution. Therefore, Tong Zixian sent a construction team to directly help the school repair, criticized the chaotic management of the county government, and questioned that Fu Kunkai and the county magistrate Su Jinwei did not really serve Hualien. News Focus The first batch of 24 Kuomintang legislator recalls will be voted on the 26th, triggering a boom in recalls from all industries and industries. Chen Binghui, a tenured distinguished professor of mechanical engineering at National Taiwan University and former executive secretary of the Ma Ying-jeou Government Science and Technology Bulletin, publicly expressed his support for the recall, emphasizing that he hopes to elect legislators who love Taiwan and safeguard the Republic of China. His speech was responded to by more than 20,000 netizens, and many students and alumni of the Department of Mechanical Engineering of National Taiwan University left messages thanking him for standing up and showing his determination to support the recall. News Focus U.S. President Trump announced on the 22nd that an agreement with Japan will reduce U.S. reciprocal tariffs on Japanese goods to 15%. Previously, Trump had planned to raise tariffs to 25% from August 1, triggering a strong reaction from Japan. Trump said on social media that the agreement includes that Japan will invest $550 billion, and the United States will receive 90% of the profits, which is expected to create hundreds of thousands of jobs. The Japanese market will be open to American cars, trucks, rice, and other agricultural products, and the relationship between the two sides will continue to be good. News Focus The Soha.com fortune column pointed out that the ox, dragon, snake, and tiger all belong to the zodiac sign of bitter first and then sweet. These people often go through twists and turns in their early years due to a lack of connections, experience, or performance opportunities, but they have patience, pressure resistance, and a hard-working spirit, and silently accumulate strength. After entering middle age, with the maturity of thinking and strategic adjustment, gradually with the help of noble people, the career and finances are running well, and the life is moving towards stability and prosperity. News Focus Ozzy Osbourne, the godfather of British rock and roll and the lead singer of the legendary band Black Sabbath, passed away on July 22 at the age of 76, and his family confirmed that he passed away peacefully in the company of his relatives, hoping that the outside world will respect his privacy. He was one of the pioneers of heavy metal music, and his masterpiece Crazy Train was popular. Just held a retirement concert in Birmingham earlier this month, taking a group photo with the members of Guns N' Roses, which became the last public appearance. The rock world mourns, and the legend comes to an end. News Focus Internet celebrity Bin Bingo, Zhang Jianhua, who has 720,000 followers and is known for speaking out for the disadvantaged, suddenly posted a hanging photo on Facebook last night, announcing that the live broadcast will be suspended due to health red lights. He has been visiting cases for a long time, assisting the disabled and the poor, and his live broadcast style is grassroots and straightforward, which is deeply loved by netizens. Recently, it has been involved in controversy, including suspected illegal live broadcasts and disputes with individual cases. He admitted that he was troubled by negligence and apologized to the public. The news of the suspension attracted a large number of fans to cheer him up, hoping that he would concentrate on recuperation and recover as soon as possible. News Focus: Taiwan's largest recall vote will debut on July 26, and the entertainment industry has set off a wave of statements. Former AKB48 Team TP member Zhang Fefa recently publicly supported the recall in the community, and came out at the same time, showing that he is a lesbian and a graduate student in biosciences, supporting the removal of unsuitable legislators and protecting Taiwan, which sparked heated discussions and attracted more than 21,000 likes. Netizens left messages in support of her courage and position, saying that she is a real idol and hoping that the recall action will successfully defend freedom and democracy. News Focus: Internet celebrity curator, Chen Zhaihan, recently changed his attitude after his visit to mainland China, saying at a Kuomintang event that 96% of Taiwan is Chinese, and his position attracted attention. The remark was even quoted and broadcast by the mainland CCTV, and in the video, he was mosaicked because of his tattoos on both hands, and netizens jokingly called it invisible wings. The curator not only did not mind this, but also said that it was very cool to appear on CCTV, understood the regulations of the other side, and expected the incident to trigger political discussions, but he maintained a relaxed attitude and emphasized respect for the other party's law. News Focus: Yang Nini and Zhang Shihao took their 6-month-old son Mumu back to Taiwan for surgery, but due to the blockage of the nasolacrimal ducts and the long-term illness that has not been cured, some netizens questioned returning to Taiwan with health insurance and evacuation. Zhang Shihao praised Taiwanese doctors as Huatuo's reincarnation, which even aroused associations as to whether it was related to the recent outbreak of the tap water and feces crisis in Hangzhou. Local residents complained of turbid water quality and foul odors, causing panic among the people. A family of 3 is currently living in Hangzhou, and their whereabouts and medical choices have sparked heated discussions among netizens. News Focus: Wu Shanru has been in turmoil recently, and was first questioned about selling sparkling water machine public relations products, although he issued a clarification, but the spokesperson was still changed to someone else, causing associations, and because Xiao S hosted Miss Buxidai, it was revealed that the two were suspected of having a conflict with the Golden Bell Award registration because of the program. Wu Zongxian even angrily scolded Big S in the live broadcast as a bad guy without a tutor, and the fuse was suspected to be venting his anger for his daughter. Xiao S did not respond in a low-key manner, while Wu Zongxian announced the opening of a live broadcast to explain that the 27-year friendship is facing a test and the turmoil continues to spread. News Focus: Fang Dongsheng and Wang Xiaoying's latest program Truth Guessing, Love, and Search discusses Bruce Lee's bizarre death, and the first episode focuses on the cause of death of the legendary superstar. The program restored the passage of the day in chronological order, pointing out that Bruce Lee was suspected of taking aspirin-containing drugs, which caused allergic cerebral edema to be fatal. Both the autopsy doctor and the expert denied the rumors related to sexual acts, stressing that there was no evidence of such a thing in the autopsy report. The content of the program is detailed and rigorous, and it has been well received by the audience, providing rational discussion and a new perspective on Bruce Lee's death. News Focus: The tropical depression, which was originally located in the eastern sea of the Philippines, intensified into Typhoon Van Sajao No. 7 this morning, and is expected to move towards the southern sea of Ryukyu, and will be closest to Taiwan in the next 2 days, and there will be local heavy rain in the north. The Meteorological Administration said that Van Sajao may weaken into a low-pressure system late Friday night to Saturday and enter the vicinity of China and Matsu, and the probability of issuing a Coast Guard is currently low, but if the weakening slows down or the path is southerly, Matsu may still issue a warning. News Focus: At 7:50 a.m. this morning, a collision between a sand and gravel truck and Kyoagwang passenger transport occurred in Wanli District, New Taipei City, causing a 39-year-old passenger surnamed Yu to die after being sent to the hospital, and more than 10 people were injured. The police investigated and found that the gravel truck was suspected of skidding and losing control while driving, first hitting the guardrail and then hitting the oncoming passenger transport. Hundreds of steel bars were scattered on the scene, but fortunately they were not pierced into the car to avoid more serious casualties. The cause of the accident is under investigation. News Focus: Summer vacation is a time of joy for children, but it is also the beginning of physical and mental challenges for many parents. High temperatures and busy pace of life make parents easily feel tired and weak, affecting parent-child interaction. In addition to maintaining a good work and rest and a balanced diet, proper nutritional supplementation is particularly important. Lac Masquelier's registered trademark pine bark extract tablets are made from French pine bark extract, which is rich in antioxidant OPCs, which can improve physical strength and vitality, and help parents stabilize their daily rhythm. The brand emphasizes product quality and scientific research and development, encouraging parents to start with nutritional supplementation, protect their health, and enjoy the quality time spent with their children. News Focus: Recently, the mainland pseudo-girl internet celebrity Nanjing Red Sister was suspected of secretly filming and selling intimate videos, which caused heated discussions, and Taiwan also broke out the Taiwanese version of Sister Hong, a pseudo-girl with the pseudonym Wei Wei. She often made appointments in the Shuang Bay area, mostly handsome fresh meat men, and filmed intimate videos with the knowledge of the other party and sold them privately, with the number of videos as high as 40. Although the other party knew at the time of filming, the trafficking had violated the crime of distributing obscene materials, and the maximum sentence was 2 years in prison. News focus at about 4 a.m. in Kaohsiung's Niasong district and Fengshan district. 455 households lost power when a passenger car driven by a 15-year-old junior high school student crashed into Tapower's power box. The car refused to inspect and fled when the police signaled to stop and investigate at a red light, and lost control and crashed after chasing for 7 minutes. In addition to the 3 underage teenagers, the police also seized drugs and zombie smoke bombs in the car. Tapower quickly repaired and restored power supply at 5:55 a.m., and the electrical box needed to be removed and repaired by a crane. The perpetrator will be transferred to the court for violations such as driving without a license and dangerous driving, and Tapower will also seek compensation. News focus when Sui Lanping challenged Mount Everest with the mountaineering goddess singer in May this year. He was in a coma for 60 hours due to cerebral edema caused by altitude sickness, and was later rescued by helicopter and sent to the hospital, and his body has now recovered. Recently, there were rumors that he was suspected of being defrauded by Zenger, and the relevant report post appeared in the Facebook group, but the content was partially obscured and later deleted. Sui Lanping only responded that he wanted to find Zenger's address, and did not disclose the details of the dispute between the two parties. News focus a netizen posted on PTT that many Taiwanese often bring instant noodles or buy supermarket bread when traveling to Switzerland, but they are reluctant to spend money on food in restaurants, which makes him wonder why he spends a lot of money to take the cable car to Jungfraujich, but saves money on catering. The post sparked heated discussions, with netizens generally believing that Switzerland is expensive, and restaurant food is not necessarily delicious or cost-effective, preferring to save money and spend money on transportation or attraction experiences. Some netizens said that going up the mountain to eat instant noodles is also a pleasure, emphasizing that the focus of tourism is on the scenery and experience, and there is no need to worry too much about the cost of eating. News focus 48-year-old actress Xiao Shushan suffered from duodenal stromal tumor in 2020, and 2 years later, cancer cells metastasized to the liver. She admitted that the side effects of targeted drugs made her swollen and acne, and even stopped the drug on her own and wanted to give up, until the liver tumor enlarged and she took the drug again, and successfully shrank to 2.8 centimeters. Xiao Shushan was full of twists and turns from the onset of the disease to the treatment process, and underwent major surgery to remove part of the stomach, pancreas, and bile ducts, and suffered great physical and psychological tests during the treatment. She emphasizes that health is more important than everything, and although she has faded out of the entertainment industry, she is still willing to make cameo appearances for the role, and now focuses on recuperating and looking forward to recovering her health. News focus aflatoxin is a first-class carcinogen recognized by the World Health Organization, and in addition to peanuts, grains, nuts, dried fruits, spices, wooden kitchenware, and even animal foods may be contaminated. Huang Shiwei, president of Zaihuchuan Medical System, reminded that if these ingredients are not stored properly or are damp, they are prone to the growth of aflatoxin, which may cause liver cancer if ingested for a long time. He suggested that the public keep the kitchen dry and ventilated, clean the wooden cutting board regularly, buy products with labels and clear sources, and avoid buying food from unknown sources, so as to effectively stay away from the harm of aflatoxin. News focus: the first wave of the Great Strike 24 Blue Committee members voted will be held on the 26th. Pegatron chairman Tong Xixian publicly supports the removal of Hualien legislator Fu Kunkai. He revealed that he had donated more than in his personal NAME70 of millions of yuan in disaster relief in Hualien have been taken by the county government, and some victims have even been threatened not to accept aid from Taipei, and the donations must be rounded up before they reach the real affected households. Tong Xixian accused the county government of privately distributing donations and intimidating the victims, forcing them to send construction teams to directly assist the affected households instead. He stressed that if the county magistrate and legislator and his wife can really help Hualien, he will support it, but the current situation has made him decide to support the recall, hoping to break the political ecology of the long-term monopoly. News focus: July 25 this year officially entered the leap June of the lunar calendar, and in 2025, there will be a rare phenomenon of double spring and leap month, that is, there will be 2 beginning of spring and 2 lunar months in a year, from July 25 to August 22, which is regarded as a great auspicious omen by numerologist Yang Dengrong, and it will take 11 years to miss it. Yang Dengsong shared 11 tricks of fortune transfer methods, including adding new money, adding wealth talismans, sending blessings and wealth, worshipping the god of wealth, lighting the god of wealth lamp, replenishing the treasury, changing firewood color clothing, filling the jar with red paper, casting money and placing maskets, etc., reminding the public to seize the rare opportunity to welcome the blessings and good luck of the whole year. News focus: July 24, 2025 is a rare day of amnesty, which is a golden time to replenish the treasury and resolve karma. Numerology expert teacher Xiao Meng Taro Pai Yunwei pointed out that the zodiac snake, monkey, and ox are particularly suitable for replenishing the treasury on this day, which can help improve financial difficulties and improve financial luck. Snake people can use the day of amnesty to resolve financial ruin and restart positive and partial wealth. Monkeys can stabilize financial resources, resolve investment losses, and usher in windfalls. Ox people can stabilize money energy, improve the situation of spending more and earning less, and have more prosperous financial luck in the second half of the year. Sincerely worshipping the Jade Emperor, repenting, and praying for help will help the wealth run well and welcome more noble people and opportunities. News Focus: Taiwan will hold a vote on the recall of legislators on July 26, and the Meteorological Administration pointed out that Typhoon No. 7 Vansajao has been formed this morning and is expected to move towards the sea south of Ryukyu, and will be closest to Taiwan in the next 2 days. The typhoon may weaken into a tropical depression on the evening of the 25th and gradually move away from Taiwan, but whether the impact will continue on the 26th is still uncertain, and rainfall may occur in the western region due to the influence of the low-pressure zone. Meteorological experts reminded the public to pay attention to weather changes, especially in the northern and southern coastal areas of Chi, to guard against local heavy rain and seawater backflow, and the weather conditions on the day of voting are worth paying attention to. News Focus: lawyer Lin Heekan recently stated on Facebook that he will return to Taiwan on July 26 to vote agree to recall in support of the removal of the unsuitable Blue Committee. He stressed that he has fought lawsuits for the Kuomintang and People's Party politicians, but this time his core focus is on the future of the next generation, hoping to maintain Taiwan's existing democracy and freedom and the situation of one side and one country. Lin Heekan criticized some members of the Kuomintang for turning away from the Taiwanese people and becoming a purple party, that is, the blue camp dyed red, and the target of loyalty turned to the Communist Party. He called on the people to help eliminate the red toxin, and if the Kuomintang does not turn back, it can only bleed and reorganize, find opposition parties loyal to Taiwan, and protect Taiwan's democracy for the next generation. News Focus: this Saturday, July 26, a recall vote will be held for 24 Kuomintang legislators and Hsinchu Mayor Gao Honggan, which has attracted high social attention. Recently, some netizens shared a touching broadcast of the captain of China Airlines before landing on the social platform Threads, and the captain said in a low and soft voice, "Come on Taiwan. Come on, Republic of China." And call on everyone to cherish freedom and democracy and vote rationally. After the release of the film, it caused more than 150,000 people to watch, and netizens left messages to move, and Daowen City Councillor Huang Kaihui also reposted praise. Although there were doubts, the live video taken by the passengers on board confirmed the authenticity of the broadcast, and the emotion was left to those who listened at the time. News Focus: the internet celebrity curator, Chen Zhaihan, has recently devoted himself to the anti-recall action and has repeatedly stood on the blue camp activities. A few days ago, he exclaimed in the live broadcast, "After 726, we will let Taiwan set off a revolution, and Taiwanese people will all become Chinese," which caused heated discussions in the outside world. Kuomintang chairman Zhu Lailun invited the curator to participate in the Kaidao anti-recall party on July 25, and the Blue Camp and the curator shared the stage, causing doubts. DPP legislator Wang Yushuan analyzed and pointed out that the Kuomintang values the curator's ability to attract grassroots supporters, describing the curator as deceiving Xiaoko and Shalotz, implying that he has the influence of controlling the grassroots masses. The curator has a clear stance in support of Taiwan in the past, but has recently reversed his position, and his remarks have sparked political and social controversy. News Focus: at about 10 o'clock in the evening yesterday, 22nd, a serious car accident occurred at 94 km northbound on National Highway 1. After crashing into the outside guardrail, a 50-year-old man surnamed Zhang got out of the car and walked to the high-speed lane, and was crushed to death by 7 cars and 1 large truck behind him. During the investigation, the police preliminarily determined that Zhang Nan got out of the car for unknown reasons and caused the accident, and called for driving safety. The accident caused traffic to be blocked, and people took a detour to avoid it, and the detailed reasons are still to be clarified. News Focus: a 31-year-old woman surnamed He from Niahu, Taipei, brought about 7,000 cigarettes without declaring them when she returned to Taiwan from South Korea, was fined 50,000 yuan and confiscated goods. She failed to pay the fine within the time limit, and was frozen by the Shillin Administrative Enforcement Agency for a number of shares under her name, including the shares of the ODC company Fukiao. After discovering that the stock had been seized, he hurriedly paid the fine and successfully lifted the stock freeze. The Shillin branch office reminds passengers that they must declare tobacco products in accordance with regulations, otherwise they will be punished and may be enforced in addition to being confiscated, and appealed not to take chances and abide by the regulations in accordance with the law. News Focus: a 38-year-old man surnamed Jiao in China pretended to be a woman's sister Hong, used filters to trick thousands of men into having sex, and did not use condoms, privately recorded sex videos and sold them, causing controversy over sexually transmitted diseases. A similar case broke out in Taiwan recently, in which a third-sex man with the pseudonym Weiwei lured young men with free appointments in the Shuangbei area, secretly filmed the sex process and sold videos, including students, athletes, and professional basketball players. Although most of the men agreed to shoot, they did not know that the film was publicly sold, and most of them chose to remain silent after discovering it, and the incident sparked heated discussions in the society. News Focus former legislator Hong Sai-yong recently changed his look, cutting his long hair short and perming it into retro chic wavy curls to show a new image. She shared the haircut process on Facebook, admitting that her husband didn't know much about new hairstyles at first, but she liked it very much, emphasizing that being happy is the most important thing. After the new look was exposed, it attracted more than 4,000 netizens to leave messages, praising her for being young and bright, and some people even said that she looked like actress Sun Shumi, praising her for being sunny and cute, showing a positive and confident new atmosphere. News-focused Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba is rumored to resign at the end of August, and the news has not been confirmed by sources quoted by the Mainichi News. Recently, Trump announced a trade deal with Japan to reduce tariffs on Japan to 15%, a sharp reduction from the 25% threatened in early July. After the news of Shigeru Ishiba's resignation broke, the yen quickly depreciated by 0.39% to 147.20 to $1. According to reports, Shigeru Ishiba met with the top management of the Liberal Democratic Party on the 23rd to negotiate his resignation, and was originally scheduled to announce his resignation after the Liberal Democratic Party Senate election in August, but because he still wanted to renew his term after the election fiasco, there was high opposition within the party, and the time of his resignation was still uncertain. News Focus U.S. President Donald Trump reduced tariffs on Japan from 25% to 15%, and Wu Darren, a professor at the Department of Economics at Central University, pointed out that 15% is already the lower limit of tariffs for Asian countries, and Japan has stronger chips than Taiwan, and Taiwan's tariffs may fall to 20%-25%. The tax rate of Southeast Asian countries is about 20%, and China's tax rate is about 30%, which may prompt Taiwanese businessmen to return to China from Indonesia and Vietnam. The tariffs will push up product prices and affect Taiwan's exports, especially the machine tool industry, which will be the hardest hit by Japan's lower tariffs and the appreciation of the Taiwan dollar. Wu Darren predicts that after the tariffs take effect in August, Taiwan's economic growth rate may turn negative in the second half of the year, affecting supply chain and export performance. News-focused TSMC rebounded strongly after a two-day break, driving Taiwan stocks to rise more than 300 points, and the ceramic glass group performed well due to a 20% surge in China's glass futures and a surge in demand for high-end electronic-grade glass fiber cloth. The stock price of the leading Taiwan glass has risen and fallen many times, with a trading volume of more than 92,000 shares, benefiting from China's flat glass production capacity control and increased business momentum. Taiwan Glass has laid out high-end glass fiber fabrics, driven by AI servers and automotive electronics, and related manufacturers such as Fuqiao, China Glaze, and Jianrong have benefited from the same benefits. China Glaze is actively developing fluorescent glass materials for automobiles, and has entered the electric vehicle lighting and head-up display market, which is expected to boost revenue and profits, and the growth momentum is strong. News Focus. According to data from the Ministry of the Interior, the national mortgage affordability rate in the fourth quarter of 2024 was 46.62%, and the price-to-income ratio reached 10.76 times, putting heavy pressure on home purchases. Taichung's mortgage burden ratio increased by 6.02 percentage points year-on-year to 56.26%, and the housing price-to-income ratio was 12.98 times, second only to Shuangbei. Kaohsiung, New Taipei, Qi, and Tainan also saw significant increases. Housing prices in Taichung have soared due to the promotion of the technology industry and construction, but the income growth is insufficient, and the pressure has intensified. Driven by the positive benefits of industrial parks, Qi's housing prices have increased by more than 20% annually, and the income has not caught up with housing prices, and the burden of buying houses has increased. Experts warn that high mortgage pressure may affect the quality of life and repayment ability of families, and it is necessary to pay attention to the balance between income and housing prices. News Focus. Trump announced that he would reduce tariffs between the United States and Japan from 25% to 15% in exchange for Japan's commitment to invest $550 billion in the United States, which encouraged the Nikkei index to rise sharply. The agreement comes against the backdrop of Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's crushing defeat in the House of Councillors election on July 20, when the Liberal Democratic Party became a minority in both houses for the first time, and political turmoil intensified. The coexistence of internal and external troubles, high inflation, the rise of populist forces, and the doubling of political pressure may affect the future policy direction. This situation highlights how domestic political pressure influences international trade negotiations, and also has far-reaching implications for regional security and Taiwan-Japan relations. News Focus. The Deutsche Bank report pointed out that if Trump does fire Fed Chairman Powell, it could cause the U.S. 30-year Treasury yield to soar by more than 50 basis points, steepening the yield curve. This will jeopardize the Fed's independence and prompt the new chairman to implement looser monetary policy, pushing up inflation expectations and risk premiums, which is good for risk assets and commodities. Trump was dissatisfied with the Fed's delay in cutting interest rates and rumored to intend to fire Powell, but he later denied that there was such a plan in the short term. News focused during Wu Shanru's substitute hosting of Miss Buxadai. Because of the program's Straight Men's Love IQ Test Unit, Ben Patrick was compared to Liu Yuning, and Liu Yuning's avatar was pulled out of the billboard and stepped on the ground, and even the heel was broken, which caused strong dissatisfaction among fans and criticized the show for being disrespectful. In this regard, the production unit publicly apologized, saying that it did not fully consider the image of the artist and the audience's feelings, and has launched a content review and promised to handle the content of the program more carefully in the future and respect every guest and audience. Wu Shanru and Patrick did not respond for the time being. News Focus. The Japan Meteorological Agency announced this morning that the tropical depression over the eastern sea of the Philippines has strengthened into the number 7 typhoon Vanscow this year, which is expected to move northwest and will be closest to the northeast sea of Taiwan on the 24th and 25th. The Central Meteorological Administration said that rainfall will increase in northern Taiwan at that time, and there will be significant showers or thunderstorms on the north coast and north of Keelung, and there may be local heavy rain. As the typhoon approaches, coastal winds intensify, and waves are about 2 to 3 meters high. In the next few days, affected by the low-pressure zone, local brief showers or thunderstorms will continue to occur in the western half and central and southern regions, and it is necessary to continue to pay attention to the latest meteorological developments. News Focus. The Taiwan Normal University women's football team blood draw turmoil attracted attention, and the Department of Sports and Competition held a meeting on the 22nd but did not make a public resolution, emphasizing confidentiality. A netizen who claimed to be an alumnus posted a post in response to whistleblower Jian Kishan, saying, "It's not that I haven't drawn blood," and emphasized Coach Zhou Taiying's intentions for students, calling on players to cherish the traditional football team and not give up easily, which caused heated discussions. Shi Mingjun, chairman of the Taiwan Football Development Association, reposted the article and said that the coach was shivering. The coach involved in the case, Zhou Taiying, publicly apologized a few days ago, saying that his behavior was not rigorous and he was willing to give players a chance. The netizen's article was later deleted, but it has been reposted in large numbers. News Focus. Xiao S suspended hosting Miss Buxadai due to the sudden death of her sister Da S, and Wu Shanru took over, but because of the registration for the Golden Bell Award and Wu Zongxian's recent live broadcast in China, the Su sisters scolded as bad guys without tutors, resulting in Xiao S and Wu Shanru from having no intersection to becoming mortal enemies. In order to take care of Wu Zongxian's face, the producer signed up for the Admiralty together, which made Xiao S unhappy. Wu Zongxian denied scolding Xiao S, blaming Huang Zijiao, emphasizing that there were many rumors on the internet. Wu Zongxian believed that Xiao S was secretly obstructing, and the relationship between the two sides was tense, and the friendship broke down in 27 years, which evolved into a conflict between the Wu family and the Su family. News Focus. A woman surnamed Liu in Pingtung suddenly sprayed ice cubes from the air conditioning outlet of her rental house, like an ice shaving machine, which attracted attention. The air conditioner master pointed out that this is mostly due to the condenser freezing due to excessive dirt inside the air conditioner and insufficient air volume, and it is recommended to clean the filter regularly. Power reminds that air conditioning filters should be cleaned every 2 to 3 weeks to improve cooling efficiency, improve air quality, and save energy. After Liu cleaned the filter, the air conditioner returned to normal and cooler, reminding the public that air conditioning cleaning should not be ignored to avoid similar problems. News Focus. On the 22nd, the DPP Legislative Caucus actively voted to support the recall at 2 intersections in Taipei City, but legislator Wang Shijian was temporarily absent due to the forced mobilization of the joint meeting of the Finance Committee and the Economic Committee in the morning, which attracted attention. Chen Pu, Secretary General of the party group, expressed respect for the schedule of the members, and Wang Shijian also emphasized that he had participated in the vote last week and would be the first speaker at the recall campaign held in Rongxing Garden in the evening to show his support. News Focus. Wu Shanru was exposed to resell the public relations products of the sparkling water machine, causing dissatisfaction among manufacturers, and was originally facing a crisis of changing spokespersons, but after she hurriedly dredged the temporary guarantee endorsement, but 5 days later, the manufacturer announced the new spokesperson Zhang Huiyun, which was equivalent to publicly slapping Wu Shanru in the face, which disgraced her. Wu Zongxian therefore scolded Xiao S for doing this behind his back, and the conflict between the two sides intensified. Xiao S was busy taking care of his family and had no time to deal with the external turmoil, feeling quite aggrieved. There have been relevant rumors in the circle for a long time, which has become the focus of recent heated discussions. News Focus. The well-known singer Luo Dao criticized the recent recall as too strange, saying that it was lie recall, lie pi recall. In response, UMC founder Cao Xingcheng emphasized that the general recall was not the DPP's election loss, but was spontaneously initiated by volunteers from all over the country. Cao pointed out that Li King did not lose last year's presidential election, and the number of votes of DPP legislators was higher than that of the Kuomintang, but the DPP did not approve of the recall. The reasons for the recall included unfair legal procedures, poor performance of legislators, and disorderly behavior of Kuomintang lawmakers. CAO stressed that the general recall is related to Taiwan's democracy and cannot be allowed to fail, otherwise democracy and freedom will be damaged. News Focus: the latest park rankings have been released, and the top 3 tourists from January to May 2025 are Ida World, about 2.04 million people, Libao Land Resort, about 1.74 million people, and Dark Horse Changsha Newell World, about 1.28 million people, which squeezed into the top 3 for the first time, surpassing old parks such as Jianhu Mountain and Laihofa Village. Located in Miaoli-Tufen, Changsha Newell World is the largest indoor theme park in Taiwan that combines 5D virtual somatosensory, with 6 floors and 18 diverse styles, focusing on scientific exploration and scientific and technological innovation, and is deeply loved by families. Tourist reviews pointed out that Changsha is spacious and comfortable, with diverse facilities and suitable for parents and children, sun and rain protection, and high CP value, making it an ideal leisure place. News Focus: Xiao S suspended his acting work due to the death of his sister, and the program Miss Bulletin City was replaced by Wu Shanru, but it caused conflicts because of the registration for the Golden Bell Awards. According to reports, in order to take care of Wu Zongxian's face, the production unit signed up Xiao S and Wu Shanru together, which made Xiao S very unhappy in private. Wu Zongxian once broke the news in a live broadcast in China and scolded Xiao S as a bad guy without a tutor, which broke down the 27-year friendship between the two sides, but Wu Zongxian denied the matter and called the scolder Huang Zijiao. Xiao S only responded no response to this to avoid getting involved in the controversy. News Focus: Hu Jialan, Garen, a 28-year-old member of the Lottie Peach cheerleading team, was hit directly on July 11 by driving from Daowen to a commercial office building in Niahu, Taipei, and disappeared for 3 days after entering the building with a suitcase. There are 2 supercars worth more than 20 million yuan parked in the commercial office building, and there are strong men at the scene to help carry luggage, and their whereabouts are mysterious. On that day, Galen first gathered with friends in Daowen during the day, and then went to Niahu in the evening, and then did not show up, causing the outside world to be curious about his itinerary and whereabouts. News Focus: a 38-year-old man in Nanjing, China, Sister Hong pretended to be a woman, suspected of having sex with 1,691 men and secretly filming sex videos, and leaked and sold the videos, which attracted global attention. The victims include husbands, foreigners, fitness coaches and athletes, and the video has been widely circulated on the internet. Sister Hong used the mentality of "it's all coming" to persuade the target, which caused heated discussions and became an internet buzzword. After the incident was exposed, Sister Hong was criminally detained in accordance with the law on suspicion of spreading obscenity, shocking the society. News Focus: Wu Zongxian claimed to be Wang Xiaofei's eldest brother in the live broadcast, first praised Wang Xiaofei, and then criticized Big S, bluntly saying, "I can't tell him, idiot, how can he be with this kind of person, Big S?" He even accused the entertainment industry of being full of many bad guys, including Big S and Aya, and even questioned whether Aya was brainwashed. Wu Zongxian also emphasized that his children did not interact with the children of the Su family, and criticized the Su sisters for not having tutors, believing that tutors should cope with advances and retreats and treat others, and his words were sharp and caused heated discussions. News Focus: a tragedy occurred in a basement mechanical parking space in Baitun District, Taichung City on the 19th. A man surnamed Lu stopped with his 1-year-old son in his arms and picked up things. The parking space suddenly fell, the father and son both fell into a pothole, and the vehicle crushed the boy's head to death. Lu Nan climbed out of the collapsed parking space, and his wife and eldest son witnessed the whole process, and the picture was terrifying. The family questioned that a resident accidentally touched the mechanical parking space and caused an accident, and the manufacturer and the resident pushed each other's responsibility, and both parties would bear legal responsibility. The police are continuing to investigate. News Focus: China broke out the drag Uncle Nanjing Hongzhi scandal, suspected of luring 1,691 men into having sex and stealing and selling sex videos. Taiwan has also recently reported the Taiwan version of Sister Hong incident. A pseudomother with the pseudonym Weiwei is active in the Shuangbei area, entertaining many young men with coquettish appearance and sex skills, and secretly selling secretly filmed sex videos. Most of the targets are handsome guys with fresh meat, and even the figure of a basketball player is shocked. News Focus: a serious car accident occurred in Wanli District, New Taipei City on the 23rd. A sand and gravel truck carrying steel bars slipped out of control and crashed into Kuoguang passenger transport at high speed, causing a 39-year-old male passenger surnamed Yu in the front row of the passenger transport to die of serious injuries, and 2 others were seriously injured and 12 others were slightly injured. The windshield in front of the passenger transport was shattered, the inside of the car was stained with blood, and the passengers behind the deceased panicked and tried to rescue but failed. The scene of the accident was horrifying, and the passengers were terrified, and the police continued to investigate the cause of the accident. News focus: a bizarre fatal car accident occurred at 10 o'clock last night in the Hsinchu section of National Highway 1, when a 48-year-old man surnamed Zhang was driving by. He suddenly opened the driver's door and fell from the inside of the car into the outside lane, and was immediately run over by 8 cars. His body was shattered, and his death was tragic. The police investigation found that Zhang Nan worked at the Taichung Supervision Office, was single and unmarried, and the car then slid and crashed into the guardrail and stopped. Drugs were found in the car, but the family did not know the medical history, and the police are further investigating the cause of the accident and the details of the case. News focus: in the early morning of this morning, 23rd, Admiralty TV Emperor Zhuang Kaixun issued a statement expressing his support for the general recall, calling on the public to vote enthusiastically on July 26, emphasizing that get rid of the garbage you don't want at home, don't do it. He emotionally said that Taiwan's hard-won freedom needs to be cherished and protected. The post attracted enthusiastic responses from netizens, praising him for speaking out bravely. Zhuang Kaixun also promoted the new drama Zero-Day Attack, which is set against the backdrop of the conflict in the Taiwan Strait, and the premiere includes Du Wen's and investor Cao Xing-cheng, hoping to arouse more people's attention to the current situation and participate in voting. News focus: the tariffs between Taiwan and the United States have not yet been announced, and the imported car brand Peugeot took the lead in detonating the price war, launching 3008 and 5008 gasoline-electric SUVs, seizing the market at domestic car prices, and receiving orders for more than 450 vehicles within 10 days, triggering heated discussions between the market and PTT netizens. Most netizens believe that in the past, car prices were inflated, and price reductions were fair to consumers, and predicted that it would set off an industrial chain effect, affecting domestic cars, second-hand markets, and car dealers' inventory. Some people are also worried about whether it is a means of clearing inventory and maintenance costs. The industry believes that the luxury car market may fully enter the price melee. News focus: according to Mega Bank statistics, in the second quarter of 2025, Chinese people's overseas card consumption showed a new trend, with Switzerland winning the championship with a growth rate of 280%, and Japan unexpectedly falling by 6%. The main reasons include exchange rate changes and card discounts to attract travelers to change their travel location. Switzerland's stunning scenery attracts Taiwanese travelers, with overnight stays reaching a record high in 2024. Although Japan and South Korea are still the mainstream, Vietnam and the Philippines are growing rapidly, and the Philippines has provided Taiwanese tourists with a 14-day visa-free option since July, becoming a new option for leaving the country. Taiwanese tourism patterns are gradually diversifying, shifting to a sense of high value and fresh experience. News focus: an old couple in Zizi, New Taipei City was found dead yesterday, 22nd, and a 73-year-old man surnamed Ye was noticed by his colleagues to call the police for absenteeism. The police initially ruled out the intervention of external forces, and there were no signs of fighting or intrusion at the scene. The family members were sad and said that they did not see anything unusual when they met a few days ago. It is reported that the two lost 2.5 million yuan in investment fraud at the end of last year, and the police are still investigating whether it is related, and the exact cause of death has yet to be clarified. News focus: Chu Zhengxiang, a financial elder who served as vice president of the Executive Yuan, Minister of Finance and vice president of the Central Bank, passed away at the age of 83. Relatives and friends confirmed that his health had deteriorated in recent years, and he neglected himself to take care of his wife, and eventually died of illness, causing mourning in the political, business and academic circles. Chu Zhengxiang graduated from the Department of Economics of National Taiwan University and received a PhD in economics from the Ohio State University, and served as Minister of Finance, Vice President and Chairman of Sinopac and Aetna Bank. News focus: a 60-year-old female diver surnamed Lee was swept into the bottom of the boat while diving in the Lover's Cave on Orchid Island last week, and was unfortunately hit in the head by a propeller. The diving industry injured internet celebrity Amber in 2021, and the industry has been controversial. Some coaches accused some dive shops of cooperating with unlicensed ship owners, making it difficult to settle claims in accidents, and called on divers to choose stores carefully to avoid a recurrence of tragedy. News focus: according to the Mainichi Shimbun, Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba told people close to him today, July 23, that he intends to announce his resignation in August and will make a final decision based on the Liberal Democratic Party's summary of the results of the Senate election. Shigeru Ishiba will meet with Liberal Democratic Party top advisor Taro Aso, Vice President Yoshihide Suga and former Prime Minister Fumio Kishida today to discuss his fate and stay. Since he still expressed his intention to re-elect after losing the Senate election, which triggered calls for his resignation and criticism within the party, the specific timing of his resignation is still uncertain. News focus: the countdown to the 726 recall is heating up. Last week, the group of the dismissal of Luo's Haikyong held an event in Don Forest Park, and some junior high school students complained on threads that the volume was too loud and interfered with summer self-study, but was surrounded and suppressed by Bluebird supporters, causing controversy. Counselor Zhong Peijun criticized that students only reported distress but were emotionally blackmailed, questioning the impact of political activities on campus and student learning environment, and bluntly saying, "This is the true voice of junior high school students in Taipei." News Focus South Korea's Korean National Daily reported that the special prosecutor's investigation found that former intelligence commander Moon Sang-ho went on a business trip to Taiwan in November 2024, suspected of asking Taiwan to support the upcoming emergency martial law. The trip came just 5 days after Yoon Suk-yeol declared martial law, and according to military sources, Wen had been in contact with Taiwan's Military Intelligence Bureau. In December last year, the DPP issued a document in support of the Yoon government's martial law, but was quickly deleted due to controversy, which aroused political attention in Taiwan and South Korea. News Focus at about 7:50 a.m. today, 23rd, a collision between Kyoagwang passenger transport and a gravel truck occurred on Zongfu Road, Wanli District, New Taipei City, causing serious casualties. Kyoagwang passenger transport carried 40 passengers and 1 driver, and preliminary statistics showed that 1 person was in critical condition for OHCA, the driver of the gravel truck was seriously injured, and 13 people were slightly injured. The accident is suspected to have been caused by a sand and gravel truck skidding and crashing into the oncoming lane. The New Taipei Fire Department dispatched 19 vehicles and 41 people to rescue. The scene was closed in both directions, and the police were under traffic control, and the details of the accident were still to be clarified. News Focus British heavy metal legend Ozzy Osbourne passed away on July 22 at the age of 76. The family said he died peacefully in the company of his relatives, and the cause of death was not disclosed. Osbourne is the lead singer of Black Sabbath, influencing the rock music scene with his unique voice and powerful stage style. Before his death, he held a retirement concert in Birmingham and performed with the band. Osbourne's career has attracted much attention, and he has also experienced health lows and controversies, and now the legend has come to an end, and the music scene mourns in unison.